Welcome to the back
to the back
to the back
to the back
podcast. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sarah. I don't want to be here. I mean, I do want to be here, but I don't want to be here.
Fair.
I don't like that. Sounds so horrible. It sounds like you torture me. Like,
I don't.
No. We've talked about it before. I don't like being recorded, like on camera. If we were only doing audio, I'd be so free. It would be fine. I'd be okay.
And it sucks because like the only like audio only. It's like I don't really even know any audio only podcasts at this point. But the only ones that are like I would say successful are probably ones that are established way like a while ago before recording was a big thing.
Yeah.
Or people who are already famous.
Right.
And so like they know the voice.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, I hate it. I hate that the way the industry or just things in general are structured, that you have to conform to certain ideals and like standards or like procedures.
Right.
Which like it's dumb because it's like almost like not a paradox, but like not, I don't know, oxymoron's the right word, but it's like it's dumb that in an industry of creativity you have to be almost limited to thrive, you know?
The fact is the way that we're gonna actually be able to get to a place where we can make money off this is for it to blow up on YouTube. That's what it comes down to.
And to hit the algorithm.
Yeah.
And, like do all these things. I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to earlier the Jacksepticeye's podcast about how like I think it was that, or even like just YouTube in general. I've heard multiple times how like YouTube used to be so much more accepting to like creators who wanted to do whatever they want, and now it's more like hit the algorithm, do these things, and it's like,
yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I just hate in general. I feel like the whole world is kind of unfortunately coming to that whole aspect, or like I don't know, I'm blanking on words of like
I don't know what you're thinking of, so I can't help.
Basically, creativity is being limited, like okay. Fucking a lot.
All right.
I hate when I can't think of words,
and
I feel like I don't like dead air, so I'm trying.
Well, I know right now I'm struggling with selective mutism, like because of how dysregulated I am. So I'm not really contributing.
Can you define selective mutism for those in the
audience?
No,
it's just like basically like when you're dysregulated, if you're autistic, right? It's, from my understanding, it's just basically like when I'm dysregulated, there are times that like I'll suddenly become unable to speak.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've definitely done that.
Yeah. It usually happens for me when I feel like someone's like not listening to me, like they're shutting me down.
Oh, and like, so you go into like, yeah, I've done that, and I've seen you go.
Or like that. You've seen that like whenever like whenever there's like a confrontation, there's a disagreement, an argument. Sometimes I'll like,
especially when people are, I just did it. I was literally gonna say when people don't let you get your word in, yeah. And I would like, and it's never come from a place of like, but I know like that can be contributed to mansplaining or like just like being rude in general, and so I hate that. That's the way my brain is wired, and I think it's something I should probably actively work on.
No, I know that it's like a part of the neurodivergency because I mean I do it with other people too. I guess I have trained myself over the years because I got so much crap for interrupting people. Like I was really bad when I was like around your age, right? And I just was shamed for it so much that.
Did I do that? I was too shy to even talk to people.
Yeah.
Where was I going to interrupt anybody?
You do it now, but talk to somebody. I don't know if you do it outside of me.
The reason I do it now is it's not because I'm not listening, because I think there's a difference between hearing somebody and listening to somebody, and I'm like a big proponent on you should like actually listen. Like
it's called active listening.
Active listening, but I feel like the way I active listen is wanting to contribute as much as possible to let the other person know that I'm engaging, and so it just looks like I'm not listening and I just want to talk.
Again,
like, that's what it is.
It's the neurodivergency.
And I hate that. I hate that's like the way my brain is wired.
I don't think I'm at a place now. I don't feel bad about it anymore because I understand that it's something that ADHD and autistic people do.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't actually. Like, there's enough information out there for neurotypicals to understand that we're not trying to be rude, and it's not that we're not listening. It's just that you said something that made us think of something that we went through, and we're trying to relate, being empathetic, and let you know, like, hey, instead of acting like we're making it about us, that's not what it is. So I don't feel as bad about doing it now, but I definitely don't do it as much as I did when I was younger because, again, it was shamed out of me. So that's why on here it sounds like you interrupt me more, but it's because I've been trained not to.
And you think that's also something maybe sadly to do with just you being a woman and how society basically.
I don't know if it's necessarily. I mean, yes, there's something into that too, but there's like something in my nose.
I hate nose things.
I know.
We mentioned that literally like I think
the last episode. I felt like I had boogers.
No, my nose is like always
it's
running.
Just all the crap in the air.
My nose is Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
That man is actually. You see, like in a football match, soccer, he like broke his leg or something, or like tore something.
No, I didn't know that.
Which is like crazy. I mean, I get like.
Speaking of, I meant to look it up, but did you see that India and USA are facing off in the cricket World Cup? The USA team made it.
Mom.
Sorry.
No, Mom.
I just thought it was cool. What?
Mom, look at me.
What?
Look at me.
What?
Does it look like I watch cricket?
No, but I'm just saying.
Do I look like I look like I watch cricket?
I don't want to be rude to the people that watch cricket.
Actually, I want to say that back because like I always thought cricket was kind of weird, but like the way I see people watch cricket, I'm like I really wish I knew it because it. That's probably the closest I'll get to someone who doesn't understand like football or something. Like
yeah,
because I'm like, how do you understand it? It's simple, but when I see people like it's like a foreign language. Like I don't understand
I know it's
it.
like there's some similarities to baseball, and that's why a
but
lot of people
also
are
like not at all.
Right. That's why a lot of people are like, well, yeah, it kind of makes sense that USA would like once they got a team be able to do well because baseball's so big here. But
yeah, I know it's huge.
I just saw
India.
like 2 TikToks and I'm like, what? So I meant to look that up because I think they were playing today, but I just kind of forgot because today's been busy. But anyhow,
did you see that Elon did that officially? All likes on Twitter are hidden now.
I don't give a fuck.
That's like crazy.
I hate that man.
That's kind of bad.
Honestly, I saw a Tesla when I went to the gym, and I wanted to go in and be like, whoever owns the Tesla, and make it seem like something bad to him, like you're a horrible person because you're supporting a racist.
And then like he like because the whole like Apple had this whole like event where they're like integrating AI into their new like their next generation and everything. And Elon was like, if anybody uses Apple in my company, they're getting fired or something. It was like stupid. Like he's so.
Well, first of all,
the only time that I like had any bit of like enjoyment from Elon was like years ago when he was on Joe Rogan and he was smoking weed, and that's only the natural instinct of like a celebrity smoking weed. I'm like, oh, cool. It's good for you to like promote that weed isn't bad. But I don't like Joe Rogan and I don't like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like even more.
No, I'm gonna say first of all, nobody should be buying new iPhones because of what's happening in the Congo and the Sudan. Like that, that shouldn't be happening.
Why?
That's what the thing with Congo is. They're mining for cobalt, and it's killing them.
Oh, Apple is?
Well, just any of the devices with those the batteries, yeah. So that's why the whole push is not to get
phones doing that.
all phones, but like the big thing with Apple is you know that they slow down phones. They literally had a court case against it, so that you're forced to buy new phones every time one comes out. And so that's why it's been a big push of don't buy new devices if you don't need them, and if you do need them, try to get refurbished.
Yeah.
So nobody should be buying a new iPhone. That's my point.
We're 10 minutes in. We haven't gotten to the main topic of this.
Sorry, that's probably going to be really loud on there.
With the sigh?
Yeah.
I don't think so. And for all of my ASMR people, hope you enjoy the sigh. But
I'm breathing too much.
This should be coming out around Father's Day, no?
It'll come out the day before.
The day before Father's Day? Not gonna lie, I have extreme anxiety going into the episode, and this whole day I've been having underlying panic attack that I've been trying to keep from bubbling over.
Yeah.
Because fathers are the number one probably sore subject for me. Besides my race, probably.
I feel like this one will be what Mother's Day was for me.
In a different way, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because, obviously. It was because the big motif in my life is the fathers being absent or going away, and yours is the mom's there, but you don't want the mom to be there.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want her.
Yeah.
But to get a quick recap of my life revolving around fathers, a biological daddy went to milk, never came back.
That's not true.
He pieced out before I even was open into this existence of worlds.
Yeah.
No contact since then.
I mean, there's been he saw Dakota once when he was 2 weeks old.
That doesn't count.
And that is it. No,
I was
it doesn't count.
You're not born until you gain consciousness.
Yeah.
And so obviously for how old was I when you met Andy, my stepdad?
Well, not when I met him. I met Andy when I was 13. But when we reconnected and started dating.
Dating, how old?
You were 8.
8. So for the first 8 years of my life, fatherless. And like there's layers on that, which I don't even know if I want to get into this episode, but the fact that my father is the black side of me. So it's not only that he took away.
I'm not the black side of you.
I wish I had a beanbag that wasn't hard to injure, but enough to make a point. I'm just saying,
like, I think context clues, I guess for the people listening and not watching, they don't maybe know that you're mixed. And
okay, go back to my father trauma. Black side of me is gone, so that was also taken away from me, as well as my father, or any resemblance of having a father. And that hurt a lot when I was young. It doesn't hurt as much now. What hurts more now is the black side of me. But when I was young, it was definitely multiple. Like, I can remember nights like being sad that I have a father. I mean, but at the same time, I had the best mom, so it was like this weird thing in my mind where I was really upset that I didn't have a dad, but proud that I had like the best mom. But flash forward, I'm 8. She meets what would be my stepdad. And like I mentioned before on this podcast, he passed away my senior year of high school. And like looking back now, I wish I had more time with him. I wish I spent the last couple months and year with him, just connecting as much as we could. But during those about a decade of me knowing him, he didn't really necessarily give me the relationship that I was seeking for with a father, and that being like the emotional side, and that really hurt. There was like glimpses here and now, especially early on with him meeting you, that he did show that like nobody's perfect, but he showed like that fatherly love that like I was wanting. But like I said, he passed, and like to rewind, the only other like father figure immediately in my life that I had was her dad, my grandpa. But like I said before, he passed away from the same cancer that my stepdad did when I was in 4th grade. So real like biological father gone, and then the 2 other ones died, or 2 other father figures died. So that sucks. I don't know. Happy Father's Day though to people. Like, I'm glad you had I know you have a perfect relationship with your dad, but
no, I didn't. I just realized something though while you were talking. So my dad died in 2012, which is Dakota's 4th grade year, and Dakota was gifted and talented, so he was very smart. He generally made straight A's, like, and he almost did not make it through 4th grade year. Like, he did not want to go to school. He didn't want to do work after my dad died. I had to meet with the principal and with his teachers, and we had to set up a plan, and they allowed a lot of grace. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was really rough. And then I realized what happened after Andy died a year after. Like, I just put two and two together that basically I think you handle grief the way that I do, and that kind of consumes you. And then it has like major side effects.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just see some people that lose people and they seem to thrive afterwards.
Well,
And
I
like,
mean, if you think about it, I can see that it almost went the way with that, because when I lost Andy, I got into USC.
yeah, you
Like,
did well
I got
your
into
freshman
USC, and
year.
my freshman year was like one of the best years of my life.
Yeah.
And then that, I don't know, mask, but that like shield, that extra skin that I put up after he died, deteriorated.
Yeah.
And like it couldn't hold on anymore, and then everything came crashing down like it did with my grandpa. I'm glad I'm not crying. Like, I'm really trying not to cry.
It's just, I don't know. It just, when you were talking about it, I was like, oh my God, why have I never put that together? I mean, it's like, you know, how much weight I gained after dad died. And I mean, and now I've gained weight since Andy died. Granted, with my dad, it was partly due to the injury that I got, you know, from training. And so I wasn't able to be active. With Andy, it hasn't been as much weight because I've been able to stay active, but it's still just like, I don't know. Like, as I said, I wish I was somebody who thrived when someone passed away. Like, I'm not. It affects me so deeply, and it takes so long for me to get out of it. I just thinking about that, but yeah, my relationship with my dad wasn't perfect, but it was. It might just be because I had longer with him, I think is what it is. Partially, right? Like, I had. How old was I when he passed? 33, 30.
He passed in 2012. It was 2024, so it's 12 years ago.
Yeah, 33. So he passed when I was 33, which is, you know, still pretty like young to to no longer have your
and like he
father.
died young.
And yeah, he was only 54 when he passed. And I always look back and wish I had spent even more time with him. Like, I regret going to Indiana for Thanksgiving that year because I didn't realize it was gonna be my last Thanksgiving with him. Like, I feel bad about that all the time. So we literally came home from that trip, and what was it, like 2 days later he was in the hospital and he never came out. I mean, he was in the hospital for like a month, I think. Yeah, because he went in a few days after we came back, I think, or right, yeah, like a few days after I came back, and he passed away 2 days after Christmas. So he was there for a month, and he never came back. And then, you know, when Andy went into the hospital and never came out, I remember telling him I was like, that was what I was terrified of. And I was like, if you go in this hospital, I feel like you're never going to come out again. Because it was very, and like for Dakota and I, it wasn't just that my husband, his stepdad, passed away from the same cancer that my dad. It was, he had all the same doctors too, the same hospital. It was reliving a very personal hell in the middle of a pandemic at that.
Oh, so,
yeah.
Like, it made my it so much harder. Passed away during COVID.
Yeah.
That was the thing that happened. I forgot about that. I forget COVID happened sometimes.
And no, I was actually just talking to Tiffany. Shout out Tiffany. She's been binging our episodes. But we were talking, I was like,
a friend of hers.
Yeah, a friend. How I kind of wish, I don't want to go back to people dying, obviously, or getting sick, but I miss that bubble. Like, when the world slowed down and you could see nature healing because we weren't out in it polluting it all the time. And I don't know, it sucked that maybe we couldn't go exactly everywhere we wanted to go when we wanted to, but it was also nice to just have like that, no need to, like, constantly be doing type of thing. I don't know. That kind of went off track.
Mm-hmm. There's no track. It's a free race
It's just
course.
A train coming head on at us.
Well, that's a little more aggressive than I was gonna go, but we'll ride with it.
You like my shirt?
I will not tolerate your bull bleep. But I wish you peace.
I feel like it was very much like my dad.
That's very adequate. Like, I'm not gonna deal with you, but
and I don't wish you harm.
Did you see what Keanu Reeves said?
Mm-mm.
He said, oh my god, I want to get the exact quote. It was about a certain point in his life. Keanu.
Just really like saying that.
I do. I love seeing Keanu. And I haven't seen the movie.
Me either. With the
with the cat, Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. He said, quoting Keanu Reeves, he said this: "I'm at the stage in life where I stay out of arguments. Even if you say 1 + 1 = 5, you're right. Have fun."
It's the theory of, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy?
Yeah, I know. And like at first I was like, but it's important to be passionate about some things. And then I was like, I kind of agree with him. Like I'm too tired. And I hate that like I'm at a point in life as the same point as like someone who's like he's like 50 something.
At least, yeah.
When like I like mentioned I've been through shit. I'm sure he's been through equal amount of shit.
No, he has.
If worse. Like is he
no,
recovering
at
it? No, he lost.
He lost his I don't know if they were married, but a love of his life.
Yeah.
So he is, yes, been through it.
But no, yeah, I'm kind of just what your shirt says. Like, I'm kind of done dealing with people, man. People suck. Like, you guys suck. Some of you guys are amazing, but some of you guys suck. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to. I don't know what we'll call this episode. Obviously, we want to touch on Father's Day because it's gonna be coming out the day before Father's Day, and so kind of along the message of your shirt, I personally can't share that love for Father's Day like some people can, but those who can, I wish you the best Father's Day.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, there will be more episodes where we talk about sad stuff, but like I don't want this to be another episode. Like I'm like, I don't like that. Like I do and I don't like that every episode kind of has a sad subject.
Sorry.
No,
I know that's my fault.
I know it's me too. I never said it was your fault. Don't do that. Don't put that on me.
Sorry, my back's hurting. That's not a sad thing. It's from working out, but it like hurts.
It's a good thing. Yeah. Feel the pain.
I mean, we could do the ranking of the dads like we did for Mother's Day.
I was gonna get into the YouTuber that passed away, but I really don't know if I like.
We can talk about that.
I don't. I highly doubt any of the people who watch us so far know about Comic Storian. But quickly, it was a YouTuber who just recently passed a couple days ago, or a few days ago now. He was only 40, I believe. And it was someone who I grew up with. One of the biggest, not just YouTubers I watch, but just thinking about now influences in my life, especially thinking back on how like I had so few father figures, and he was someone who was around the age that could have been a father to me and showed the things he presented in life was like comics, and he narrated stuff and anime and manga and nerd stuff and video games, and it was stuff I loved and stuff I found a home in. And this is someone who I listen to like the podcast and I watch his videos almost every morning, especially in the past year. I've watched it like at least 50% of the like every other day I've like watched his videos. And just to see someone who was such a good person, so creative and such a big influence in my life die at such a young age, and just like see his like close friends like YouTubers and his like wife and just all the people he impacted that he's been taken away. It really sucks.
Yeah.
Especially the more I've watched. Like I just watched a video this morning of another comic book YouTuber, Comics Explained, who I've also watched, one of his closest friends on the platform. The way he described Ben Potter, that's his name, Benny Potter. reminds me so much of my stepdad during the early years, when he was passionate and so affectionate towards me. And so in a way it feels like I like lost another father figure, which I didn't think would happen again. I didn't want it to happen again, but I thought I was done. I thought 3 was enough. I thought 3 strikes and I was out, but they threw me ball 4. Now I have to walk in this shit. I'm sorry I had to.
Do you think it's also like the reason it's affecting you so much too is because of everything that's going on with Ben?
I didn't think about that. I don't know.
Because that's another foggy father figure in your life.
Yeah.
And I know for me, like, what's happening with him is triggering stuff from Andy. But either way, like, I don't think there's, like, we talked, like, I think it's very natural to be upset and about this and feel like it's a loss, because that's how I felt about Kid Craddock when he passed. Local Dallas listeners, if anybody in Dallas listening, will know who Kid Craddock is. I grew up listening to him on the Eagle.
Landon would know.
Yeah. I grew up listening to him on the Eagle when I was in elementary. I listened to this man from elementary until he passed away. I think he passed like 6 months after my dad died. Or maybe like within a year of my dad's passing, he passed. So it felt like losing my dad again, because and Dakota grew up listening to him too, because I would play Kiss FM in the mornings on the way to school.
Man, kids don't know anything about listening to the radio in the car. They don't know.
Well, now because you like can connect your phone and stuff.
They get this Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay, listen to whatever
or
they want.
Or they watch movies.
You know what the biggest thing? Well, actually, that's kind of phased out. I remember when like that was such a big feature. Like, ooh, we can watch the movies in the back of the car.
Yeah.
Which is like, isn't that now a big thing with electric cars? You can watch it in the front. But like the feature of it being in the back of the car is kind of outdated. You know what kids won't, and this is like, I get probably older generations can say shit about me, but no, none of these kids now know what it was like to have to manually roll your window up and down. I don't want to hear shit from you if you've never had to roll your window up and down in the car, especially in Texas heat. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear. Don't talk to me.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think, especially for someone like Benny, who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not like, it's not a celebrity like when Prince died or Kobe died, right? Like, yeah, there's connections. We have connections to them. But this felt more personal because he's not this huge celebrity. I mean, yeah, he was well known in the circles of of what he
comic
does.
Books, yeah, for sure.
And YouTube.
But it was. I mean, like that's the thing of a generation, like.
And y'all grew up on YouTube.
I grew up on YouTube, and so it's kind of the equivalent of like, it's even more of an equivalent than like your generation and further growing up with like movie stars and like celebrities, because YouTube is you produce so much content on YouTube, and it's like a TV show, but every single day, and like people peering into your life. It's like, for most YouTubers, it's not them like acting something; it's them revealing who they are to a certain aspect.
Yeah.
And sharing interests and like building this community. Like genuinely, he was someone who made my mornings and days better, and without watching that, I probably would have had much worse of a time. Which I want, remind me when we wrap up this episode to show you this video I watched this morning. It's like him. He bought like this damn.
Yeah, that was
wild. Someone just you couldn't. I don't know if the audio picked it up, but someone just slammed their door, like they got fired from work. Like that was thunderous.
I hope one of our neighbors didn't get fired.
It was boom. Unless it was the one across the street. But the video was like him, like he bought like this like Batman collectible, and it's like from the games. And it's like a glove, and it's like. It reminds me so much of Andy. Like yeah. It's gonna be uncanny. It's a quick video that I thought would be cool to show you. But yeah, if you want to hop into the dad draft,
we can do that. Yeah.
I'm coming in. I'm so confident. I don't even need to look up anything. I'm sure you have stuff prepared.
Yeah, cause I'm old and I can't like think without help.
I can't think too.
Sorry, my hair is really, really bugging me. I'll be so glad when the bangs grow out. They're bugging me so much. What?
Nothing. All right. I go first because I don't have a dad. I mean, you don't either now, but I have one less.
Fucking rude.
You can go first.
No, you can go first.
How many are we drafting?
I don't remember how many we did on the mom.
It doesn't matter. 5? No, we did 3.
No, we did more than 3.
We did 3.
Did we do 3?
We did 3.
Okay, then 3.
Is there 2 we'd want as a dad?
Yeah.
You can go first.
No, I'll let you go first.
No, go first.
No, you go first.
Hey, I haven't prepared. You've prepared. You already have someone first. Go.
Well, like you can probably guess who I'm gonna pick first.
Oh, now I can, but go.
Bob.
Yeah, you can get
Bob's
Bob.
Burger.
You can get Bob.
Bob Belcher.
She got Linda last
Bob
time.
Belcher, yeah.
I can.
I'm just saying they need to be married.
I guess
completes it.
To have your mom and dad be Bob and Linda Belcher.
I want Bob because even though he's like, you're terrible. You're all terrible. I'd fire you if I could, right? He's very honest. But also he's so ride or die for his kids, like, and then the way that he is passionate about what he does, for a living, his burgers, cooking. There's an episode where he takes Gene to this like rock opera thing at the planetarium, and it freaks Gene out, so they leave, and then they go to the car and listen to the album in the car. It's very much like whatever it is I think they're comparing it to Pink Floyd's album, Dark Side of the Moon, right? And then Gene wants to go back in to see it, and I don't know, like, he's just willing. I feel like really out of the 2 parents, I'm more like Bob than I am Linda. Like, he really does try to. They both try to do everything they can to make sure that their kids feel supported and loved and happy. And I don't know, and he's weird. Like, so that's why I would pick him.
There's like actually so many choices. I'm doing it. I have so many choices in my mind, but I think he is a dad, but his son died, and so I'll fill that void for him because, I'm choosing.
Taking one of mine.
Leaves from the vine. Give me Uncle Iroh. Oh my God. Yeah. Talk about a father figure.
Yeah.
Zuko.
No.
Oh my God. Literally, I need Uncle Iroh in my life so bad. Like, everyone can use their own Uncle Iroh.
Like, literally, when you had me watch it, I immediately fell in love with him. I
need to watch. I haven't watched Avatar this year, and I've watched Avatar every year of my life.
Yeah.
Since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't come out the womb airbending. But, yeah, for sure.
Damn, I hate you because that was gonna be my second pick.
There's so many options.
Okay. Arthur Weasley. I really love him. He's
That's fair.
Like, I'm surprised. I don't know why I didn't take his wife because I love her too. But I don't know, just the way that he did everything he could inside the ministry to help, basically, like, there's more in the books than there is in the movies. Is the point. Like, I don't know. And then also, like, his fascination with Muggle things. I don't know. Just the Weasleys in general. If they could just adopt me, that'd be amazing.
Is that all you have about Arthur?
Yeah, because, like, again, he freaking took.
Well, I was also trying to think. I probably should have came more prepared about dads. I have, like, one in mind, but, like, and I don't think you have this person in mind, but, like, I want, like, these are going to be my dads. I just talked about how sad I was not having dads, so I should probably get some good ones,
Yeah.
Trying to think of who would I want to be my dad? Ooh. I'm just going, I'm destroying you. Give me Master Splinter.
Okay.
If you can raise 4 radioactive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on your own,
yeah,
you can raise me. Give me Master Splinter.
I'm really surprised there's one that I really thought you would take, but
Are you thinking of one from a movie?
no.
Oh.
Are there any good dogs from movies?
There still might be one I might
Oh.
take. But...
I know the one from a movie you might take.
Yeah, that's what I was like thinking of, but I kind of want to go separate from that one.
Yeah. And my last pick would be Gomez Adams.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because not just the way that he is supportive of his kids, but the way he cherishes his wife and just the way he loves his family. And I'm not even just talking about the movies. I'm talking about like the original show too. Like that couple was obsessed with each other and they were obsessed with their kids, but in such a like healthy hands-off approach, but knowing like they really figured out how to balance being supportive and not being like a helicopter parent, which I'm like, I know I probably was and am, but that's like anxiety. So
fair.
But I don't know.
For best husbands, I would have drafted him for sure.
Not
that I would get a husband, but like who I'd want to be like.
Yeah, I just think he's such a good dad too.
Yeah.
And a good brother. Like, I don't know. He's just like,
yeah.
if I could be adopted from another family, it'd be the Adams.
I'd love to be part of the Adams family. I would. No. I would. Oh, it would be creepy. A little creepy house. I don't know if I would love that. But
yeah, I'm not really into pain either. So
yeah, so I was like, I said that. And
I just want the like support.
I just had. Oh yeah. So the other ones I was thinking of that I'll quickly mention, that I was considering before I like just thought of a really good one was Gru. Still Me, great dad. Marlin from Finding Nemo.
No, he's a bad dad.
He's a bad dad, but he like made
like
up
all
for
his
it.
kids decimated except for one.
That's not his fault.
No.
Damn.
And then you lost your kid.
You just victim shamed him.
I don't like him.
Wow. She hates all clownfish.
Nope. I like Nemo. I just don't like Marlin.
There's another one I'm gonna shout out.
Mufasa?
Nah, cause he died.
He was murdered.
You got on to Marlon about letting his kids
That's not the
murdered.
same thing at all.
There's also another one that was like, ooh, that would be like good, but can't particularly think. Oh, Hank Hill. Hank Hill would be cool. Ned Flanders would be cool.
Professor Utonium. I mean Professor X, right? From Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, I thought you said Professor X from X-Men. I was like,
no, I guess
dude's a low-key racist.
Wolverine.
I don't think he's a dad. You're just naming fictional men at this point.
I'm just
Shrek
with you. I'm just trying to.
Oh, Shrek is a dad.
Yes. So is Donkey.
I
was watching Shrek earlier, or I had it on actually. Not really watching it.
Making waffles.
Yeah.
But no, I'll get to it. My last draft for the fictional dad. I'll call him Father, Whitebeard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I have Whitebeard as my dad, no one's messing with me. And I know he'll go to the ends of earth for me. So I'm talking. We're talking. Quick recap. Top 3 dads. Yours is
Bob Belcher. And who did I go? Oh, Arthur Weasley.
And
Gomez Adams.
It's a good selection.
It's a great selection.
But I got Uncle Iroh.
Okay, well, because you
Master
stole him
Splinter,
from me.
And Whitebeard.
You just went with people that can kick ass. That's it.
No, they can kick ass and also take care of me emotionally.
Okay, well.
But don't get it wrong. They'll kick your ass. And
I thought you were gonna pick Phil Dunphy.
I thought of him, but he's not the best.
You'd have a lot of fun with him, though.
I would. I literally thought about it. I was like, oh, I'd have some.
I would never would. Actually,
I was trying to think of TV show dads, and he was the only one I could think of.
I wouldn't mind being married to somebody like Phil Dunphy because I know he'd frustrate the fuck out of me all the time. But I feel like I'd have a lot of fun too.
Oh, Jim is technically a father from The Office.
Yeah, but we didn't really get to see him as a dad like that. Yeah. So, actually, Michael. Like, he
yeah,
because he ends up having kids, but like just the way he is, like a horrible boss, but he's a really good dad. So
other quick chat were like what's Sully or what's his name from Big Daddy? That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I was thinking Big Daddy. I figured that's what you got.
But also Will Smith from The Pursuit of Happiness.
I'm also surprised you didn't go Uncle Phil.
I don't know how many fucking times I have to tell you I don't watch Fresh Prince.
Oh,
it's like the one. I'm a Martin man. Okay. Sorry, I'm Philadelphia.
No, you're not.
I'm not. Literally, the only thing good thing you have is cheesesteaks,
cream cheese,
and hers chips.
Cream cheese.
So just your food. You just have food. That's it. Everything else, I spit on you.
Oh my god!
You got good celebrities. You've produced good people.
Eventually we want this to like become a thing, and people are gonna look back, and then we might just lose a whole fan base in Philly.
There's a GMM. Yeah, Rhett has like a thing against like I think it was like St. Louis or like Colorado, like some random state.
Wait, the whole state or a city?
Yeah, the whole state.
The whole state. I was gonna say something and I just like totally lost it. It went away. I don't know. It's gone. To the nethers. I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with what we were talking about.
Joel from The Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
He'd be really good. Yeah. I don't know why I think of him. Roy Kent.
I was thinking of dads and I just I'll say who was...
Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
My God.
But also Roy.
I just said Roy.
Did you say Roy?
Yep.
I'm sorry. No, you didn't.
I did. We can rewind. I'll make this a TikTok and I'll rewind the tape.
I was gonna say the TV dad I feel like is the most like my dad is actually what is his character's name on there on Modern Family? The one that's married to Jay. Oh my God.
Jay.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the most that my dad's like out of every represent. But also, he kind of looked like him.
Yeah.
So that's another reason I probably feel like that. Like, but I feel like my dad, like we've talked about, my dad is very accepting of people just as they are. He might not completely understand it, but he would accept it.
Yeah.
Like, and the understanding just comes from like obviously a different generation, but like was definitely more open minded than a lot of people in his generation. So that's why he reminded me of Jay. Sometimes that's why it's hard to watch Modern Family sometimes because I'm like, oh, it's me and my dad. So that's why I stopped watching it. If anybody was wondering, not that it wasn't a good show, but anyhow, that was a ramble. I don't know. I feel very awkward right now.
Same. It's probably because we're recording at a different time.
It is. We normally record first thing in the morning, basically, and because of the way
I'm just getting tired. That's it.
Yeah, I'm tired now in a different way. In the mornings, it's because I'm not fully awake. Now it's because I've been awake too long.
I'm so tired. You could get me confused with the Michelin Man. Let that sink in. You thought about it?
I did think. I thought
digest
about
it. Yeah. Consume it.
It was very
poop it
funny. Out. Such a weirdo. We're good, right?
Yeah, we're good.
We're golden. Stay golden.
Golden chick.
You read that in high school, right? The Outsiders.
Yeah, fucking sad book.
It is.
Where the red fern lies? Oh my God.
You mean where the red fern grows?
Whatever. It was years ago. I love you.
I don't feel like you do with the way you just said that. You aggressively said that.
I'm gonna aggressive love you. No, that sounds wrong.
You should stop.
Is Austin Powers a dad? Dr. Evil, technically, to many-me.
I don't remember if he has any. No, I don't think so.
There's a lot of people I think are like, I don't know.
Anyhow,
wrap it up. I love you. To the back.
To the back.
To the back.
To the back.
Podcast. Goodbye.